Hello everybody, I am back for another vlog. I am headed to Jackson Hole today because I am going for a doctor's appointment along with doing some grocery shopping. So I figured today would make a great vlog. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do a little car chit chat, do a little bit of scenery, walk around Jackson Hole a little bit, take a little bit of footage, and just have a good day. We did not get snow here. However, I heard that my journey to Jackson may have snow, so I need to get going. I've made it to Jackson. I didn't record except for a couple little snippets of my travel because the roads weren't amazing. Definitely new snow like here in Jackson. The roads are wet and slushy and stuff, but it's still fairly warm. And so I am headed to the doctor. This is an appointment that was supposed to happen a couple days ago in my town, but my doctor had something come up, so I am seeing a different doctor. And this is just my, my lady annual appointment or biannual, whatever you decide to do. So it's an appointment that needs to be done. And normally I like to travel south because of course that's where my kids and my grandbaby are. But this is where the doctor's office is that I started visiting years ago when I got my hysterectomy. So I am here for that exam, but also I am going to talk to the doctor about getting some tests done for my hormones and stuff. I have really been on the struggle bus, you guys. I've been on the struggle bus. We've talked about this several times, and the last couple of weeks, I've barely done anything. I haven't felt awful or, like super sickly or anything, but my drive to do stuff is just gone. And I talked to a friend of mine the other day, and she says, you need to get your hormones tested. She's like, because this is not you, this is not normal you, something is going on. So I'm going to ask the doctor today to get some testing done for hormone panel. I had my hysterectomy several years ago. I still did have my ovaries, but of course I'm turning 50 this year. So I'm gonna see about that. I can tell you guys that I did more in 1 hour this morning than I had probably done in 3 or 4 days. So here we are. Today is, I had to look at my watch. Today is February 12th. So happy early Valentine's Day. And I still have Christmas trees up. That's right, you guys. I still have Christmas tree. Well, I still have a Christmas tree up because this morning I spent quite a bit of time before I had to leave town kind of cleaning my house, picking things up, putting totes out into the garage to go upstairs. I did take a couple trees down, and now it's down to just one tree left to actually take down. It's the tree in the front living room. But this is not at all like me. So I am going to go ahead and get that done and, you know, just be honest with myself. That is why you guys haven't seen a lot of content on my other channels or this channel. And I just can't get out of the funk. Like, my husband has been off for quite some time, which is amazing, but he's kind of in a funk too. So we've spent a ton of time together, which has been amazing, but we haven't really done anything. And I have all of these huge goals and aspirations in my head. I touched on this before about follow through. And for me, it's like, I sit down on the couch or I lay in the bed and I'm like, I have to do this, all of this stuff. And I just can't bring myself to want to do it. Have any of you guys ever went through this? One of my friends said it does sound like depression. She said, I know you don't feel like you're sad or anything, but it does sound like depression. And so there is that. So that's what I'm going to get done today. And you guys, I'm here to be real with you. I try to present happy when I can present happy. I also want to be real though, because I know for me, real helps me. Instead of seeing somebody's life that looks like it's perfect, I don't need to see that. But I also don't want to watch somebody that is depressed and sad and bitching and moaning all of the time either. So that's why I haven't filmed any content this week. I am excited to talk to the doctor about this. Not excited for, you know, a lady appointment, but who is, right? Whoever is excited for that. And I'm actually traveling through right now the Jackson Hole Town Square. If you guys haven't been here before, it's usually super busy, but the way that it goes with where the hospital is, which is one of the offices near the hospital is where my doctor is. This is the easiest and the fastest way to get here. And it's 11:20 right now, and my appointment is at 11:30. So I decided, you know, let's just go straight through. Luckily, there's not a ton of people for Jackson Hole. There's not a ton compared to what I've seen. Still busy, but not too crazy busy. I am happy that my appointment is later in the day. That meant a lot of the snow had time to clear off. Also, the plows had time to get through the canyon, but in Jackson itself, very soupy, as I would say. And it's always changing up here. I haven't been up here for a while, and I'm always looking. It's always changing. They're always building new stuff. Of course, very touristy. And I know I've mentioned this before. I don't know if I've mentioned it on this channel or on one of my other channels, but I miss the old Jackson Hole, right? I miss the old Jackson Hole. Now it's ritzy, right? It's above my pay grade. It's what I like to say. All right, you guys, I am just about to my doctor's office, so I'll chit chat with you guys here in a little bit. Okay, everybody, all done with the doctor. And so I thought we would go walk around a little bit in Jackson. It will do me good. I did want to let you guys know that my doctor is going to put me on some hormone replacement therapy. We are going to try that, and then just putting it all out there for you guys. She said if that doesn't help within 6 to 8 weeks, then we would talk an antidepressant. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do. You need to take care of yourself. You need to know yourself. And so for me, I really like my doctor. It is funny because, of course, I had my hysterectomy. They had to give me the date because I couldn't remember what year it was. It was in 2021. And when she reviews my notes, she remembers me because that's how bad everything was. She said it looked like concrete in there. So it was not good. But it is snowing here in Jackson, so I don't want to stick around for too much. But since we're here, and because I have been just struggling so much, I'm like, you know what, I can put my winter coat on. let's go walk around. Let's go look in a few shops. I am going to go grocery shopping, but I'll put that on my other channel so you guys can see that. Still doing the challenge. And it just feels good to go to the doctor and, you know, just talk about stuff, right? Like, okay, this is where I'm struggling and everything. And to try something, see if it's as simple as that, or if I do need an antidepressant. I've never been on anything like that before. It doesn't mean that I don't need it. This last year was one humdinger of a year. So, you know, it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do, right? And I've brought my winter coat, like I said, because this is Wyoming. I'm not going to travel in this little tiny sweatshirt thing. It's not even a sweatshirt. It's like a regular shirt without making sure I've got something. So now I just need to decide, what do we want to go do? I would love to go and see. I don't know if they've still got it. I'm trying to remember. There is a place here that has oils and vinegars, or they used to, and I loved it. So I might go ahead and Google it really quick and see if it's still here. If it is, if I remember correctly, it was off to in this courtyard right here, and somebody is actually pulling out of a parking spot right in front of me, which is unbelievable. So I'm going to go ahead and pull in there. I won't even have to go into the public parking, and it is in front of the restaurant Persephone's. Oh, so yummy and tasty. Okay, let's go walk around. So here we are. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and walk around, and we've got Genevieve as well, Cafe Genevieve. Super yummy and tasty. I'm probably not going to grab any food for myself, but I don't want to be a jaywalker, so we're walking this way so we can go ahead and cross. There is a lot of fun shopping here if you've got some money. All right, crossing the street, making sure that I'm not going to get run over. I am trying to remember, and I do believe the oil and vinegar place is still here. I'm gonna go this way first, just because it's closer to me, and I haven't been this way in quite a while. We could go in and look at properties that are millions of dollars, millions and millions of dollars, multi-million. I can only imagine how much these houses are. Mansions. Certainly above my pay grade. Especially right now, you guys. So a lot of fun little places to shop. We're going to go in right here and look and see. And I don't think this is the right one. It's not. But that's okay. I don't know if I've ever been here. Oh, there's a bookstore. We should probably go in the bookstore. Yes, we should. Let's go in the bookstore. You guys, I love bookstores. Let's go see if we can find a book that we need to have. Okay. 10 to 6. So they are open. So let's go in here. I'm not going to talk to you guys while we're in here.
recommend is this book right here. It's called The Gift of Fear. It's by Gavin DeBecker. It says survival skills that protect us from violence. I have read this book 3 times. It was first recommended to me when I started law enforcement by another female officer. This is a good book. It is not something that is a light read by any means, but this is a good book. I have read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, love Atomic Habits. I was looking here, and this book right here caught my eye. It says Girl, Stop Apologizing by Rachel Hollis. Have you guys read that? Oh, let me know, because it just kind of grabbed my attention. It might be something that I listen to instead of read, but let me know. I spent way too much time in the bookstore. I can get lost in the bookstores. That's a nice little bookstore. I'm going to have to remember it's there for when I come to Jackson, if I can find parking around it. Like I said, I got lucky today. So I did go ahead and buy myself 2 books. One I bought myself. I've been wanting to read it since I saw it, but I know it's going to be a tough read. So it's one of those. But the first one that I got is The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave, and it is a Reese Witherspoon book club, and I've read a couple out of her book club and really liked them. And then they didn't have bags, so hold on, I don't want to drop my new books in the snow. Let me flip this around so I can show you guys what else I got. Like I said, this one is going to be a tough read. Let me know if you guys have read it. It is Nobody's Girl, and of course, you know, the topic. I think most of you guys know the topic, but it's going to be a tough read. But it is something that has been calling to me to read. And so when I walked into the bookstore, it was one of the first books that I saw. I picked it up, but I put it back down, went and looked a little bit more and decided to go ahead and get it. But let's keep walking. We're going to walk back the way that I just walked, and we're going to go to another courtyard type thing, which is where I think the place that I want to go to. It smells good. It smells like food. It has stopped snowing. So we're just going to keep walking, and we're going to go this way and see what I can find. I also really like this jewelry store here too, Pearls by Sherry. They have got some beautiful stuff in here. So pretty. So Crabtree Corner, I think it's in here. Let's go look and see what there is. There's a Haagen-Dazs here. I didn't even know that. We've got the Jackson Mercantile. We've got Overland. We're just going to have to see what's in here and see if I remember correctly. And obviously somebody's backup alarm or something is going off. All right. There's the candy store. I remember it being by the candy store, but it may have moved, so I might have to look up where they're at now. Okay, I didn't see it in there. I'm going to have to look for the address because I really thought it was in this little thing, but it's been years since I've come, so let me look it up. So I'm not sure if this is the same one that I went to before because it is actually across the street, and it is still by the town square, which you guys can see right over there. So I've got to try not to get run over using the sidewalk. Oh, looks clear. Looks good. All right, let's walk this way, see what's this way. I'm glad it stopped snowing since I have to drive home. Ooh. It was very slippery right there. I tried to slip. I did not like it. I haven't walked this way in so long. I'm glad that I decided to take the time to go to a bookstore to do a little bit of window shopping and just see what there is. Pendleton. We've got some Hideout Leathers, Jackson Hole official logo resort store. There's a gallery. Some of the stuff that's in the galleries here is so beautiful. But again, above my pay grade. Ooh, there's the ice cream across the street too. Moose. There's more galleries, goldsmiths. All right, you guys, we're walking. Gonna try not to get run over because, you know, that's kind of important. It is very slippery and wet through here. So we're gonna try very hard not to get run over or anything or slip and fall. I just have tennis shoes on. We've got the 5 and Dime general store and town square. We have walked all the way around the town square now. I haven't filmed it all, but I've walked all the way around. Look at all these socks. I love it. So many different socks. Then we have got the famous Cowboy Bar here in Jackson. And I have never been in there. Nope, never been in there. That's a loud song right there for that restaurant. Everything smells super yummy. Super, super yummy. And we're gonna keep on walking this way. So loud. Everybody just standing on the corner and nobody walking. Very annoying. It looks like there's some snow up on the ski hill. Not as much as I'm sure everybody would like. We found it. Spirits and Spice. We're gonna go on in here. This is funny. Jackson Hole spouse drop-off. Need time to yourself? Want to go shop for yourself? That's funny. You can get testings of liquor. Okay, let's go in here. Oh, yeah. How are you today? Perfect. Sounds amazing. Oh, look at all of this, you guys. Oh, look at this. All of this liquor. Chocolate peppermint cream liqueur, coffee and cinnamon cream, mighty melon. Oh my goodness. Peanut butter whiskey. I feel like Bridger got some peanut butter whiskey before. They've got spices. They've got oils and vinegars. That's what I'm here for. I am not here. And this is definitely a different location than where I was before because it was very, very small. So I want to get some balsamic, I believe. And here are the prices here for the balsamics. So not cheap. I'm going to go ahead and splurge and get a little something. Ooh, garlic avocado oil. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh, look at this right here. Ask a team member for fresh popcorn to explore our spice, oils, and salts. There is so much in here. So overwhelming. I do love that you get to taste everything before you buy it. Okay, you guys, I spent $80 on oil and vinegar just now, but I'm super excited. And the last time that we were in there, we spent hundreds of dollars the last time we were in there. Like I said, it was years ago. I got oil and vinegar that lasted me until just recently, so that is a good thing. Mr. Snow Gardener also got some really good whiskey from there. So today was a cheap journey. Now I'm going to go ahead and head back to the car, and then I'm going to go grocery shopping. And like I said, that will be on my other channel, Snow Gardener 307. Still doing the pantry challenge. But it actually is a beautiful day here in Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
All right, everybody, we are out of our parking spot. Holy mess of traffic and tourists. So I did a little bit of retail therapy. You know, not great if you're on a budget, but I do have my guilt-free money that I can spend. So I bought myself a couple books, and I also, of course, got that oil and vinegar, and I am super excited. I'll share what flavors I got with you guys. I got a trio of balsamics and a trio of oils, and they had moved. So I wasn't misremembering. I just didn't realize they had moved. But it's been years, you guys. This is not something I do all of the time. I don't know if you guys can see all the way in my back window, but Mr. Snow Gardener bought me a dash cam system. So I'm super excited to have that. After the accident that we got into in Utah, where the drunk teenager pulled out in front of us, it was something that I've been wanting to buy. I just hadn't bought it. I had done some research, but it's one of those things where it's like, I researched, and you know, it's just one of those things that's hard to know exactly what to get. So he did put that in for me. It talks to me, and I'm not used to it talking to me. It just told me that the car in front of me was moving, which of course I knew. I saw the car was moving. It also keeps telling me that I am departing from my lane, when oftentimes I'm not. I don't think it likes the snow on the ground and stuff, so I'm gonna have to see about turning that part of it off. I don't like it talking to me. I don't even like my car talking to me. As a matter of fact, my Subaru Crosstrek has the safety option where you can have it where if you're leaving the lane, it will tell you and it beeps at you, but it's very annoying and very sensitive, and so I actually have it turned off. Mr. Snow Gardener actually turned it off, and I am happy that it is off. But now I am headed to Smith's to go shop clearances. They do have an Albertsons here as well. As far as meal plan, I don't have one. Mr. Snow Gardener was supposed to be leaving town, so it was just going to be me. So I was just going to grab some milk and a couple things, and was just going to do leftovers and stuff. Last night, I pulled a $1 million spaghetti out of the freezer, and we paired it with a clearance salad kit, and I took some naan bread out of the freezer and put some butter on it, and that was our dinner. And our oldest Yorkie, Zeus, I can't even say that, I almost said Zorse, I don't know who Zorse is, got himself in trouble last night because he took Mr. Snow Gardener's naan off of his plate, which normally he doesn't do that. So just a good day in Jackson. Now some people are probably surprised, but I try to avoid Jackson if I can. It's very touristy. It is very expensive. Of course, I do like going shopping outside of my town, but normally I go south instead of north. I am hoping to get my shopping done and get out of here before it starts snowing. I'm not sure if it's supposed to snow anymore, but they definitely got dumped on up here. My doctor, she had a student with her, and the student was talking to me, and she said she shoveled all night long, and so they got dumped on. We really need the snow over here. It has been so interesting to see the weather this year, where all of these places that aren't supposed to be getting snow and stuff are getting the snow, and those of us that normally have a ton of snow aren't getting it. Let me know down below what you guys are experiencing for your weather, and if it's normal, if it is abnormal. Like, even though it snowed a lot here, it's already melting because the temperature is so much warmer. And Jackson is actually lower in elevation, I believe, than we are, but still, it's usually quite a bit colder than it is here now. So I am going, like I said, to Smith's. It is on the outskirts of town. And the good thing is it's the way that I need to go home. So I'm going to go ahead and buy groceries, obviously. I want to thank you guys for coming along with me today. When I get home, I will show you guys my oils and vinegars. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what the house looks like now. As I explained to you, the past couple weeks, for whatever reason, haven't been amazing, but you know, you got to get through it, right? And I just don't understand why I'm having such a hard time, because life is going pretty dang good right now. I don't have a valid reason. And I guess in my mind, I'm like, I should be fine, right? I should be absolutely fine. And that is, I think, what a lot of us go through. And that's why I'm sharing this with you guys today. And that's why I continue to share with you guys the good, the bad, the ugly. Let's see, what is gas up here? Gas up here for unleaded is $2.94. That's at Maverick. Diesel is $3.71. I'm not sure what it is in my town. If I think of it, I will look when we get back to town. Right now, it's about 1:30 or so, and it's about an hour-and-a-half drive. So I will want to be home before dark. That's my goal. Also, Mr. Snow Gardener is working locally again today instead of leaving town. And Mr. Snow Gardener's job right now has been kind of weird. Normally, I barely see them. He has been home a whole bunch, which is so nice. But at the same time, if he is home, then it's not like he's getting paid to stay home. This is when I wish he was on salary. But, of course, as we all know, salaries can be good, they can be bad. So Jackson does have a Whole Foods market as well. I don't shop in Whole Foods. I think the only time I've been in Whole Foods market is when we're traveling. I remember going into one when we went to Florida once, but that was pretty much it. We are almost to Smith's, which is a good thing. Get the shopping done and get the heck out of here. Man, that guy was right on my butt. I do not like that at all. And it's been a while since I've taken you guys into Smith's with me. This Smith's, that is. But here we are at the Jackson Hole Smith's. And we've got a food truck here, which is on the hook. I don't know if you guys have a food truck near you that does fish, but this is the one that is in Wyoming. And I always forget that this store does not have bags. So I need to look in the back of my car, see what bags there are. And what I've got back there, I almost grabbed a refrigerated bag instead of the cooler, but I didn't because I've got milk and stuff, and it's kind of a pain in the butt to do that. So, good, bad, or ugly, that is what I am looking at. I'm sure I've got some sort of bag in the back. I really hope I do. It is busy here today. Holy cow. Can I find a parking spot? That is a great question. There's also Jackson Hole Pop here, which is a popcorn company. Well, we're going to park way far away, but that's okay. I am all done shopping, and I have to tell you guys, it is a good thing that I paid attention to my total, because I have 2 receipts here for a reason. I found an item that was not part of my pantry challenge that I just couldn't pass up. It's not something I buy a lot because it is pretty expensive. And so I found some frozen shrimp that was on a good clearance deal, and he charged me twice for a couple of them and charged me the wrong price. And so he actually overcharged me $15.28. So I got a credit of $15.28. So make sure you always look at your stuff. And then I stopped really quick. I was going to go to the food truck on the hook, smelt it. It was so good, but the line was so long and I want to get going home. It's nowhere near what I could have got at the food truck if I would have been patient. But your girl picked up some McDonald's. Not a huge McDonald's fan, but it's easy, it's quick. Used to be cheap, not so much anymore. I got a medium fish fillet meal, and I've noticed that Jackson Hole prices generally are more expensive for that. So fillet of fish, fries, and a Coke, and it was $10.05. All right, you guys, I will show you my oils and my vinegars when I get home. So now it's time to go ahead and drive home. It is so nice out here that I rolled my window down. It is beautiful. I took my coat off. I'm almost too hot sitting in here now. It is a gorgeous day in Wyoming. All of the snow that they got is melting, which is not good, especially for the ski resort that is right up on the mountain. But I'm gonna go ahead and head home. So I'll see you guys in a little while. I'm driving home and I just realized I forgot to tell you guys what book I'm listening to. On the way down, I started listening to Elise Myers' book. I don't know if you guys know who Elise Myers is or not, but I found her, I can't remember. It wasn't on TikTok. It was on Instagram, maybe Facebook or something. And she just cracked me up. So I really enjoyed it. And then I started following and started watching her life through her TikToks, through her Facebook, through her YouTube. I found her on YouTube. That's where I found her. And of course, this was a few years ago. And then of course, watched social media like just get out of hand for her to where she shut it off and backed away from social media. And of course, if you don't know Elise, she is dealing with a lot of different stuff. She has panic attacks. She's full of anxiety. She has a lot of stuff, and it feels real to me. And that's what I love about her, is that she shares, but I feel like she shares without oversharing. And when I grow up, I would like to be like Elise Myers. Of course, she's much younger than me. And I don't know if I'm ever going to grow up, you guys. Am I ever going to grow up? I'm not sure. If you heard my camera talking to me, it said lane deviation. I didn't go out of the middle of my lane at all, but there was snow on the one side of the road, so I don't know what it's doing. But I just wanted to let you guys know. Now I'm going to go ahead and get back to listening to Elise. Back home, and I am still sitting in my car. I've got a couple minutes left in chapter 12 of Elise Myers' book, and I have got to sit in the car so I can hear the rest of this chapter, but I have been laughing so hard that it is doing my soul good. I am home from my shopping trip. I promised you guys that I would show you what I got at Spirits and Spice. So let's put you on my tripod here, the peanut butter brittle bucket. And of course, I've got these laid out so I can do a grocery haul. I showed you guys both of the books that I got. I'm excited to read both of those. Like I said, Nobody's Girl. That's going to be a tough read. And so we have got Jackson Hole Spirits and Spice. And she wrapped these up for me to make sure they were safe for the journey. So let's go ahead and get these out of here and show you guys what I got. So I got the trios, and it looks like she taped this one, but not the other one. So let's go ahead and take this out. And these are just taped together is all they are. So they don't have to be together. They just tape them together. I do like the way that their bottles stack. The bad thing about this is, of course, now the sides of my bottles have sticky tape residue all over them. And I don't know if I've got any Goo Gone, but let's go ahead and take these apart because that's what you need to do to use them. So the first thing that I got was a garlic extra virgin olive oil. Can you guys see that? I hope so. So you can see the bottles look bigger than they actually are because they do stack, but it is what it is. I also got a basil extra virgin olive oil, and I got an Italian herb extra virgin olive oil. Now I need to look and see. Okay, these are the bottles that I had from, I don't know how long ago, but these are the bottles that I had, and it was Vom Foss at that point, and I can't read what type of balsamic that is anymore because they just write on the outside, but I had an orange extract, virgin olive oil, and then I believe a date balsamic, but you can see they're gone. I do love these bottles as well, so I'm probably going to wash those up, and maybe I'll take them up there and they'll refill them for me because they do that. And then for my balsamics, let's go ahead and take these apart. I did taste a couple of these, and I was trying to remember what type I had, and I knew the chances of actually getting the same type from I don't know how long ago were probably slim pickings, right? I figured it wouldn't happen, but I was trying to remember what they were. I love using the other two that I've had for years and years on grilled asparagus or roasted asparagus. Oh my gosh, it is so yummy. Now, one of these I could not try because they didn't have it available to try, but I did try the mandarin orange balsamic, loved it, and I also tried the raspberry ginger balsamic. The other one, and the reason why I decided to go with the trio, was I wanted to get this fig balsamic. So we've got 3. You also have a little recipe. It says scan the back for all your recipes. And so there's the little code right there. I don't think it's a top secret thing or anything, but of course you can see that these will stack for storage, which is nice. And I will probably put them somewhere there where they can be seen. Let me tell you guys how much I spent. I can tell you this was too much, and I did treat myself. So these right here were $39 for a set is what they were. And then I paid 20 cents for a bag because at Jackson Hole you have to pay for bags. And then the Wyoming state tax is 4%. The Teton County, which is where I was obviously in Jackson Hole, is 3%. So I paid $80.93. Now it's funny because I would have classified these as food items, because if I buy olive oil or balsamic in the store in the state of Wyoming, it's 0% sales tax. So I don't know how that works, but maybe it's because they are a specialty store. So I did spend a little bit more on myself and on Bridger than I normally would have, but I'm super excited to have some fancy olive oil and balsamic. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and film my grocery haul really quick, and then I will go ahead and show you guys what the house looks like. We're going to just rip that Band-Aid off, show you what I've been up to, and let me jump into this. Editing Marlene here. I decided not to share the house footage with you last night because I forgot, quite honestly, and as I'm compiling this video, I think it's going to be just fine without it. We'll go ahead and start off this next week's vlog, which will start today with checking out how the house looks. Thank you guys for joining and listening to what is real for me right now in my life right now. I appreciate you guys more than you know. And until I see you guys next time, remember to keep on smiling. Bye, everybody.